Now, we all know that every WWF pay-per-view over on these shows, without fail, has been particularly rubbish, hasn't it, Lily? Yes, it has. But what about the first one? What about One Night Only? Was that any good? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of 97th Heaven. Now tonight we've got an interesting one for you because we're going to be looking at the first ever UK only pay-per-view. This pay-per-view was called WWF One Night Only, live from the National Exhibition Centre here in Birmingham, England. Oh yes, it was. The first pay-per-view that's been on these shows, of course, since 1992 when we had SummerSlam at Wembley Arena. And yeah, 11,000 fans are in attendance. This one is exclusively live on Sky Box Office for $12.95. What they don't tell you here is that it's also available in Canada. But apparently in the storyline, Bret Hart had used some sort of clause in his contract to make it so it wasn't available in America, which I think is a great little touch. So, as I said with the intro, every single one that I've reviewed so far of these shows has been fucking awful. Every pay-per-view that's been held over in this country, Rebellion 99, No Mercy 99, are examples. Even the one I went to, Insurrection 2002, was pretty damn terrible. Insurrection 2003. One's coming up as part of my 10 years ago series, Rebellion 2001. I remember that one being a good show, but that was a long time ago, so, you know, might have forgotten that one. So, should we get on with this one? We've got, like I say, 11,000 fans, sold out the place completely, and they make me a happy chappy in the opening contest, which is Hunter Hurst Helmsley defeating Dude Love in a good opener. Before the match, Love cuts a promo where he talks about getting groovy with China, does it in a British accent, basically he's doing an impression of Austin Powers, there we go. Yeah, what I love about this match is that the crowd are absolutely rabid for everything that the Dude love. Every tiny little bit of offense, they absolutely love it, which of course makes me a very happy boy. JR says that Helmsley is a very cerebral athlete, which always makes me smile. Basically, Dude controls a long portion of this one, but he goes for sweet shin music, which is pretty much as it sounds. That misses. It chases Hunter around the ring until it runs into a China clothesline. King, throughout this show, and especially in this match here, uses every single British joke that he knows, and he uses every single British term that he knows. He says bloody, for example, which is something that we do a lot over here. Calls someone a slag, which is fantastic. You know, lots of things that I'm sure if an American was watching this paper would have gone straight over their head. Straight over his head. The place goes absolutely bonkers. Well, this is what I was alluding to. When Triple H, or Hunter Hurst, however you want to call him, shoves the referee. And when Mike Chioda shoves him back, the place goes mental, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that. Really do. Basically, I'm not going to go into this one too much because the new Triple H DVD has got this as one of the matches on it. So I'm sure a lot of you will be watching the new Triple H DVD, and you can go and watch it for yourself. I think it's a 3-star match. Dude hits a double arm DDT and the sweet shin music. China puts one of Hunter's feet on the ropes and then kick one pedigree gets the win. Happy days. And yeah, the crowd are so hot for this one. Then they talk to a whole ton of British fans on the outside. Who's going to win the main event tonight between Shawn Michaels and British Bulldog? And believe it or not, excuse me, I don't know what that was. I got something stuck in my tooth. Yeah, they're pretty much split down the middle, believe it or not. You're expecting all of them to say Bulldog. Also, it seems like they went through the crowd and found the 20 most ugliest people they could find and interviewed them in one of those, yes, these are representing Britain for us. I know I'm not exactly, you know, oil painting as it is, but come on. Anyway, so we get a shady match as Tiger Ali Singh makes he beats Leif Cassidy in a shit match. Leif Cassidy, for those who don't know, I'm sure you do, but there'll be one person watching who doesn't. Leif Cassidy is Al Snow. And yeah, you ought to know that. Tiger is booed to hell. He cuts a shit promo. He's trying to be a babyface. He's proud of his Canadian. He's a Canadian Iranian, something like that, or Iranian Canadian. I don't know, but he's very proud of this fact. Cuts what's meant, but it's meant to sound like a babyface promo, but really isn't. Match is rubbish. There's 2 good things in it, yeah? There's a nice looking belly-to-belly suplex, and then a bulldog off the top, like Rick Steiner used to use. That incidentally, the commentators call a tiger bomb. No, that's not a tiger bomb at all. That's what gets the win. Crowd were not interested in this one at all. I mean, at all. And because of that, subsequently, neither were I. Half a star, though. It wasn't a dud. Trust me on that one. Those two moves, if nothing else, saved it from being a fucking dud, which is irritating. Then the Headbangers defeated Savio Vega and Miguel Perez. They're part of Los Boricuas, or whatever they're called. Thrasher plays face in peril. King tells us that Perez is famous for burning out 2 electric shavers in one day. And you sat there going, what fucking relevance has that got to anything at all? Anyway, basically, I love this match. Genuinely, 3-star match. Best Headbangers match I've ever seen. And it's for one simple reason, that's the great storytelling. You know, always going to get me a happy, because every single heel tag team tactic that you can think of is thrown into this one. So you've got false tags, and you've got referee being distracted, and you've got, as Thrasher's holding out to get the tag, referee's distracted, so the tag didn't happen. Double teaming, it's brilliant, and of course the crowd are really, really behind the Headbangers. Which means that when Thrasher gets the hot tag to Mosh, the place goes absolutely fucking crazy, which is brilliant. It's, a hot tag that is actually a hot tag. Always a good one to see. He hits a Rana, which the crowd love. Perez hits a scary looking powerbomb on Thrasher, but as he gets back up, Mosh hits the whoopee cushion off the top to get the win. If you enjoy good tag team wrestling, if you enjoy good psychology, mash them together, this is that match. It's fantastic. Easily a 3-star match. And if you wanted to rate it higher, I wouldn't object at all. And then we see an interview with the British Bulldog where he talks about his sister. Twice she's battled cancer. She's beaten it both times, which of course is all good. And he says that his family are going to be in the crowd. He also looks like he's not quite there. If you look into his eyes, I mean, he says, are you fired up for this one? Yes, I'm fired up for it. And you're like, can you elaborate at all on that one? And then we have the Patriot defeating Flashpunk in a poor match. Naturally, the British fans could care less about the Patriot and his big flag. He brings out with a fucking American flag and then looks pretty dumbstruck when they don't cheer for him. It's like, what reason have we got to care? You love America. We, as British people, hate America. Fuck off. I love America. No. Funk gets 2 off a nice splash off the top, and that's about it from him. Patriot with a nice belly-to-back suplex and an Uncle Slam gets the win. Seriously, there's nothing of note to this one at all. It's about 4 minutes, and honestly, nothing to it. And like I say, Patriot looks genuinely taken aback by the fact that he gets booed. He gets quite heavily booed here. And then we had another shit match as the Legion of Doom defeated Godwinns in a poor match. So basically, Animal plays Road Warrior in peril in this one, as he always does. And the Godwinns work over the arm, he gets the hot tag to Hawk, who of course cleans house, as they do. They get a split. The Godwinns get a slop drop. That gets 2, and then the Godwinns go back to working over Hawk. He's the Road Warrior in peril, and they work his arm. What's the problem? Go on, have a guess. Yeah, that's bang on. Neither one of the Legion of Doom even bother in the slightest to sell the arm. So psychology and storytelling, that doesn't go anywhere. The worst kind, in my opinion. Doomsday Device gets the win, obviously, when Animal gets the hot tag. And the crowd were hot for Legion of Doom. That's something. But the match itself was garbage. And then, don't worry, we'll get into I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had 2 matches that were 1 star, one that was half a star. We've also had 2 matches that were 3 stars, so, we're kind of balanced out at the moment. From here on in, this show gets good. Trust me on that one. As Ken Shamrock comes to the ring to be interviewed by Jim Ross. He was meant to be performing tonight, but a week ago on Raw, he took a spine buster by Farouk and was coughing up blood at the end of the match, so he can't compete. But if it was up to him, he'd be competing. And then some guy called Rockabilly comes out. You know, was Billy Gunn before it was badass Billy Gunn. So the New Age Outlaws are still a few months away here. Rockabilly comes out, rips on Shamrock a bit, and then gets suplexed and put into the ankle lock, to which he screams and taps out looking like a little girl. Happy days, it's all good. Then we get a short promo from Bret Hart, which is a bit strange, because basically Bret, bear in mind, he's been wrestling as a heel in America and a face in Canada, and it's like the fans here don't really know how to react to him, especially the fact he's going to be taking on the Undertaker. So, bear in mind, it's like the fans are going to react to what they've seen on TV, aren't they? They've seen Bret being a dick, so they're going to cheer. They're going to boo him, sorry. Like I say, especially against The Undertaker. And then it's weird, because, you start talking about how great he is, as he always does. And then Vince says, do you reckon you're going to get cheered tonight? And he's like, yeah, I reckon I am. And the fans boo him. Like, brilliant, love it. It seems like a very strained and a very forced promo, is what I'm going to say to this one. Then we get a great match, a really good match, as Vader defeats Owen Hart in a really good one. Owen is ridiculously over here. It's interesting, that one, isn't it? Well, I'm just saying about wrestling as a heel. Owen full-on babyface here. And it's, oh, this is big man versus little man. This is power versus speed. And this is storytelling that I absolutely love. For example, Vader tries for a powerbomb on the early going. Owen turns it into a Rana that's just absolutely beautiful to behold even. Owen tries over and over and over again to get the sharpshooter on. That's really, really nice. Vader with a massive fall-away slam then controls a slow, methodical pace, which you would expect, but he a short-arm clothesline, a splash in the corner, ankle pick, and a big splash. Owen is able to counter a powerbomb into an Instagram sharpshooter, and then a slam. Vader puts the brakes on, misses a Vader bomb. Missile dropkick and a leg lariat by Owen has the place going absolutely bonkers. Trust me on this one, they are loving it, and I am as well. Because like I say, it's the speed of Owen Hart versus the power of Vader, and it's just a classic combination that works so nicely. But oh man, they get that missile dropkick and leg lariat get a really close near fall. Yeah, Owen goes up top. Looks like he's going to do for a splash. Vader catches him in midair, turns it into a power slam, and it's so fucking fast you wouldn't believe it. 1, 2, 3. Gets the win. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning match. I loved every single second of this match. Honestly, it was beautiful. 4 stars. Happily to give it 4 stars. And then, while it's continuing with great matches, Bret Hart defeating The Undertaker via disqualification after another great match. So, of course, Bret Hart retains the WWF Championship. It shows, of course, how popular Bulldog is. That yeah, this is in the semi-main. This is the rematch from the 4-star match, in my opinion, that they had at SummerSlam. Of course, no HBK guest referee. Undertaker is mightily over with this crowd. Bret, it seems like it's about a 50-50 split when he makes his entrance, but as soon as he goes on the offense, it's straight up boos for Bret. It really is. He exposed one of the turnbuckles, for example, so he's working heel here. After some brawling around, let's go through this one. After some brawling around the ring, Bret gets a DDT, and the crowd are all over him, booing him to bits. I don't think Bret was expecting that sort of reaction, I must confess, especially after just seeing Owen getting a huge face reaction, you know. And Bret is whipped into his own exposed turnbuckle, so Taker does something we don't really see from Taker very often, and Gas goes to work with some great psychology. As all his offense then concentrates on Bret's chest. He went chest first into the exposed turnbuckle, so all his offense is working over the chest and working over the ribs. So, for example, he drops some elbows onto the rib and then hits a really big surfboard stretch with the knee in the back. And, of course, think about it, that's not only is it in the back, but because his arms are stretched out, all the chest muscles are going to be hurting. That's fantastic storytelling. I love that! Even more so when Bret gets the offense, because Undertaker goes charging at Bret, who's leaning against the turnbuckles, yeah? And he goes to do a knee to the face. Bret moves out of the way, and the knee goes into the turnbuckle, so Bret does what Bret does, and we're straight onto the offense. Every single thing that he does is working on the leg, including the ring post assisted figure 4, and then a standard figure 4 in the middle of the ring, that was just especially the crowd going mental for when Undertaker turns it over. Absolutely fantastic. What's really funny is Jim Ross starts talking about the sharpshooter and how effective it is, yeah? And he almost calls it a scorpion deathlock. He gets the word scorpion out. The scorpion sharpshooter. Fucking love that. I know it was a mistake, but I love that one. Bret goes for the 5 moves of doom, but the elbow off the second rope misses. Taker hits a leg drop, and then Bret, he goes for a second one. Bret catches the leg, turns it into a sharpshooter, a la SummerSlam 91 against Mr. Perfect. That's a great little touch. Taker powers out of it. Bret tries it again. Taker grabs on for the chokeslam to break that one. Bret, calm as you like, as he's going for the chokeslam, clips out the leg from underneath him. Brilliant. I love it. I love it. Bret gets the ring bell. They both threaten to use it. The referee gets it, so Bret can clip the knee again. Bret is then launched over the top onto a cameraman. Undertaker whips him back first into the ring steps. Oh, good, love it. Tombstone sequence leads to... The Taker goes for the rope walk, and the place is going absolutely nuts. But Bret, calm as like, just arm drags him off. But they do a tombstone reversal sequence where it's tombstone, turn, and it looks like Taker's going to get it. But he basically drops Bret onto the ropes so that his head is caught up in the top two ropes. You know, the way how Mankind has done many, many times. And basically, you know, obviously that means he's got a 5 count to break it. And Bret, Undertaker just, he's not even 5 count, is it? Undertaker just starts wailing on with massive, massive right hands. The referee feels he's got no choice but to disqualify the Undertaker in one of those sort of finishes, you know what I mean? Because this match has been fantastic. Give us a pinfall or submission there. We didn't need that screw finish, is what I'm saying. this was heading towards 5-star classic. It is a fantastic match. If you like psychology, once again, go hunt this match down, because you'll absolutely fucking love it. Also, in my opinion, this is Bret's last great WWF match. There's no more after this. Yes, Taker is vexed at the end. He chokeslams the referee, and then Gerald Briscoe comes out to try and help Bret escape from the rope, so he gets chokeslammed as well. And then when the timekeeper announces that Bret won the match, Taker chases him away, which is really funny. Yes. And then we move on to our main event, and Shawn Michaels defeating the British Bulldog in a great match to win the European Championship. Interesting fact for you here is that Bulldog has won 3 championships here in the WWF. Bear with me a second. I could cut that out, but I choose not to, for you. Very gassy. Bulldog has won 3 championships here in the WWF. He won the Intercontinental Championship, won the Tag Team titles with Owen, and won the European Championship. And the interesting fact that I didn't realise until this show is that he'd lost all 3 belts to Shawn Michaels. I didn't know that. Legitimately, didn't realise it. So as Shawn is making his way to the ring, he goes to pose with some girls who are on the ringside. And there's one kid who's with the girls who's got a British Bulldog figure, and he shoves it into Shawn Michaels' face. In fact, he's got this same figure. He's got this figure, right? Imagine this, yeah? He's got this figure, and he shoves it into Shawn Michaels' face so that the Bulldog's hand goes into his eye like this. Now, Shawn shows incredible patience, because if it had been me, I would have punched that child. Oh, hell yes. Bulldog has a truly massive brace on his right knee as he's making his way to the ring. It's like the brace that Stone Cold started wearing in later years. He's also got his sister Tracy with him, who, like we mentioned before, had been diagnosed with cancer twice, who had beaten cancer twice, which is fantastic. He also has his wife Diana Hart in the front row. So everything points here to a Bulldog victory, don't they? Of course, that's not the case. You've just heard me say that Shawn Michaels won. Shawn went to Vince and basically said, listen, Vince, I need to win this match. I'll tell you 2 reasons why I need to win this match. Firstly, it's because you know that you want to book me versus Bret in a few months' time. Give me heat here. This will give me colossal rocket ship heat by screwing Bulldog in his hometown. Yeah. Secondly, what was the other one? Oh yeah, secondly, is if we do a rematch down the line, I can keep hold of the European title, and Bulldog can beat me for the European Championship in a rematch in the UK somewhere down the line. So Vince, thought, well, yeah, they're both actually very good points, and yeah, we'll have you win the match. I want to throw in a 3rd reason why they did this match, this finish, and that to me is that if they're going to start trying to do pay-per-views on a regular basis over here in the UK, yeah, then what better way to make you think anything could happen on one of these pay-per-views than having a title change? Now, if you don't count the Hardcore Championship, which I don't think a title change hands on a WWF pay-per-view in the UK ever again. But it made you think that if this one can change, any of them can change. So if next time out we present a world title match, so, whereas normally you go, it's not going to change, it's just a show over here. But yeah, it could do, because last time the European title change hands. Anyway, so early goings of this one were basically Bulldog looking fucking awesome. Shawn bumped around like an absolute bandit for him, as was Shawn's way back then. Everything Bulldog did, everything looked so good, especially a sit-out powerbomb. Shawn went for a Rana, Bulldog counters it into a sit-out powerbomb that is just gorgeous, so nice. And now I've just pressed down too far, I've lost my place. Surfboard stretch against 2 for Shawn, and a nice little touch, because think about it, he's got him up in the air, surfboard stretch, and basically the referee notices that Bulldog's shoulders are down, so he tries to cover him. So he tries to do the pin even. And when Bulldog has to kick out, he's like, what the fuck are you doing, you son of a bitch? I love that. I think that's absolutely superb. Rick Rude comes down. He turns the tide. Shawn locks on a long sleeper that Bulldog eventually counters out with a back suplex for 2. Shawn Michaels with an armbar that Bulldog impressively powers out. And not impressively powers out. He stands up while Shawn Michaels has still got the armbar on. That is an amazing spot. Double KO, and here comes Hunter and China. They aren't D-Generation X just yet. We haven't got there. You're nothing but a bunch of degenerates, but we're almost there. Michaels hits 2 elbows and tunes up the band, but Bulldog ducks the super kick, picks Shawn Michaels up for the power slam, but Rude holds on to the ankles. They go outside, where Bulldog wants to hit the power slam on the outside, but his knee slips, And so, you know, he's obviously got a hurt knee. Hunter hits a pedigree on the outside, launches him back into the ring. Shawn Michaels puts a figure 4 on that, despite Bulldog's best efforts to try and hulk up, eventually he can't take it anymore, passes out due to the pain, to give Shawn Michaels the win and the belt. Oh, and of course, as you can probably imagine, us Brits, we're not impressed about this one tiny little bit. Chorus of boos. Shawn Michaels gets on the mic, starts ripping the Hart Foundation, starts ripping Diana Smith as bottles and everything come raining down. Every bit of rubbish you can think of come raining down into the ring. Basically, Diana Hart can't take it anymore because they put the figure 4 on again. Hunter's got the mic. Scream for your country, Bulldog. Scream for your country. Diana Hart snaps. She tries to get in the ring, but of course, Chyna stops her. And then Bret and Owen Hart make the save. And that's the end. You see at the end with Jim Ross saying, Bulldog would never quit. It's like, yeah, all right, okay, he didn't. You got Shawn Michaels and Hunter Hurst Helmsley on the top of the ring, of the ramp, sorry. They're celebrating. And that's what we see. I loved that match. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Shawn was bumping like his absolute best. He did everything he could to make Bulldog look incredible before eventually screwing him out of the win. Boasting 3 4-star matches, because I gave that one 4 stars, Owen Hart versus Vader 4 stars, and the WWF Championship match 4.5 stars, boasting 3 4 or more star matches, yeah, and 2 3-star matches. This, folks, is probably, just because it had more matches than Canadian Stampede, this is probably the best pay-per-view of the year so far. This is a 9 out of 10 show. You can live with the 2 1-star and the half-star matches, because if nothing else, you can just skip forward through them, because they're worth wading through to get to the other matches, in my opinion. This pay-per-view was absolutely fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant. You know, over here in the UK, so the Americans didn't even get to see it. If you've never, let's put it this way, yeah, if you've never seen this show, and I'm going to be guessing it, but I'm going to be guessing there's quite a few of you watching this review who have never seen it. If you've never seen this show, yeah, go out of your way to watch it, because it's fucking brilliant. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back next time with one of them. What's it called? I'm sorry, I'm such a moron sometimes, aren't I? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Is it Bad Blood next time, or is it Ground Zero? Ground Zero is what we did last time, wasn't it? So yeah, Bad Blood next time. Hell in a Cell. Oh yes, you know, you're looking forward to that one. So I've been Mark P. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you all soon. Take it easy, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of 97th Heaven. Now tonight, as you can see by the title, we're going to be looking at the first ever UK only pay-per-view, which was in your house. It wasn't in your fucking house. Jesus God.